I'm going to show you how to implement CRUD operation in Flutter and by using Hive database, local database. Okay, let's add the Hive packages to our project. Flutter, run this command Flutter pub add Hive and also Hive Flutter. Okay, cool. Now if you come to the pub.spec.yml file, as you can see, two packages has been added to our project. Now let's create the new file in the lib folder. Let's say homepage dot that, and let's create the stateful widget, and let's send the class name to homepage, and let's return here scaffold. Save it and come to the main.dat file, and let's remove this counter app. Let's keep the let's create the stateless widget here. Send the class name to my app. Okay, and let's return here material app. Okay, now let's keep the home, that home page we have created, and save it, and we'll get this blank scaffold. Now let's remove this debug banner. Let's make this false, so debug so checked mode banner. Save it. Okay guys, now let's create a new folder in the lib folder. Let's say model, and let's create a new file. Let's say node.that. Okay, now let's create the class in the node.that file, and let's say node for this class. Okay, let's give the class name to node, and let's initialize node id. Okay, now also we have title, and let's give the description also. Okay, now let's create the constructor for this, okay, class, and okay, now we have to give the unique type. Okay, now type add hive like this. Okay, import this adapters.dart file, and let's give the type id 0 for this, and for these variables let's give add hive field, and for this hive field 0 for the node id, and keep other also like this 0 1 for the title, and for this one 2. Okay, set indexes like this. Okay, it will be our field, and we have to import some packages also. Now we have to add some packages. Now let's add first Flutter pub add build grammar, this one. Okay, now also we have to add Hive generator. Let's type Flutter pub add Hive generator. Okay, now if you come to the pub inspector.yml file, as you can see, new two packages has been added to our project. Now come to the okay guys, now come here, and over here let's type path, and let's type node.g dot dot like this, and it will generate the Hive editor. Now we have to run the another command called flutter pub flutter packages pub run. Build. Run. You have to run this command. And okay, cool. As you can see, new file has been created. Okay, guys, now come to the main.dat file, and over here we have to initialize the Hive in the over here in the main uh, console. Now let's type here wait Hive, import this hive.init flutter. Okay, like this. Now also we have to register the Hive, register the that register the that node adapter that has been created here. Okay, this one. Now come to the main.dat file, and now here let's type node adapter, import this, and now let's come to the okay, guys, now let's create the new folder. Let's say Hive, or let's say db, and let's create the new file. I'm gonna say db service dot dat. Okay, now let's write the class, create the class. Let's say db service as file name, and let's create the let's give the box name. Okay, Hive name. Let's say to note. We are going to let's say notes. We are going to save in this notes. Okay, now let's open this note, open the notes. Okay, and let's write future, give the type as box. Okay, this is the box we created, and let's say note. Okay, and let's try to open box, give the name function name to node box, open box, and open it. Let's return it. Wait Hive dot can now open the box. Okay, put this one here. Good, give the type also. Not okay, save it, and let's write the function to create data in this add data in this nodes. Okay, it's like table, right? Future is going to be white. Okay, now write add node. Okay, we are going to add one by one node, import the class. Okay, now let's initialize this open box over here, like wait open box. Okay, cool. Now this will get the box. Okay, now let's put data in this box by this put function method. Okay, now we're going to give the key as our custom key. Okay, that this will provide us the custom key node.id. Okay, value will be the other fields. Okay, cool, save it. Okay, now after creating, now let's display it. Okay, get all nodes. Let's make this. Let's display those leads in the list format. Okay, now let's say get all nodes. Async final box. Let's copy this and paste it here. Okay, now let's return the box, and this box will give the values, all values, and let's uh, change it to list. Okay, and it will return this list. Now that's it. Now let's go to the home page. Okay, now let's give the body. Let's create a FutureBuilder, this one, and over here, okay, over here, let's say over here, come here. Let's initialize that DB service class. Let's say DB equals to DB service. Okay, cool. Now over here, now this will give us the let's get all nodes, and in the builder, we have to like we have to return. Let's say if this snapshot will provide the values. If this snapshot dot connection state equals to connection state is waiting, if it's waiting, okay, it will take some time to load the data from the database. So in this case, we have to let's return the loading circle. Okay, it's a circular progress indicator. That's it. And now, if a snapshot doesn't have data, also when there is no data, okay, in this case also we have to return the text. Let's say error. See the child to the center and see text. Let's say error. Nothing to show. Okay, now let's initialize the nodes. That is snapshot will give us the list of the nodes. Okay, cool. Now if there is nothing in this nodes, if it's empty, then just return here in the center. Let's return just write, sorry, no nodes. Okay, else let's return ListView.builder. Now Okay, now let's initialize the single list. It's a node, final node equals to nodes dot length, sorry, nodes index. Okay, cool. Now, now let's return the list style. Cool. Let's give the title for this list style properties. Save it for now. And also, let's give the item count. Let's give the item count for the nodes. Type nodes dot length, and it will give the nodes available nodes with the length. Okay, now as you can see, error nothing to show. We got that error because there is nothing to show. Okay, now let's try to add something in the in this nodes. Now over here, let's write app, give the app bar. Let's give the title of text. App. And let's give the trailing also. Sorry, let's give the action. Let's write here. Let's give the create the elevator button icon, and let's make this uh, on press function blank for now. And let's give the label of text. Let's say add new node. Let's give the icon also. Icons dot so icon icons dot add. Now save it. Okay, cool. Okay, now let's initialize this the nodes list. Let's say node nodes like this, and import this node uh, class. Let's give the node ID. Let's say date time. This is going to be unique ID. I'm gonna put the unique ID as the timestamp for this. Let's convert this to string. Let's give the title. Let's initialize. Let's create the over here. Let's give the okay. Just copy this and let's create the function. Let's say open modal like this, and come below this scaffold over here. Let's create the white function right here. Open modal git async because this so modal bottom sheets is in the future format. Okay, and let's give here column and let's write the keep the text here, add new node. Now let's save it and let's try to click on this add new node, and this will open this new. Let's wrap this column with the padding 25. Let's create the text field here. Now save it. It will look like this now. Let's change the keep the style also. Let's say text style. This text font size to 24 and font weight to bold. Save it. Okay. Now let's try to add and check it is going to add in the box or not. In the Hive database, we have the two fields, and let's create elevated button. Let's make this one response on blank for now, and now let's copy that one final node, this one, and we have to initialize the text field controller. Let's initialize over here below this one. Final, we have like title controller goes to text editing. Controller, and also we have description controller. We have two fields. Okay, this is going to be the unique ID. We are going to give the timestamp for that. Okay, this one. And for this title, we're just giving the text from the text field. Over here, let's say description text, and also give the controller here to the text field. This one title controller, and for this one description controller. Now let's type this db. This will give us this create add node, and put this list over here. Okay, and now let's try to add. Let's stop this app and let's try to run it again. We're getting the error. Okay guys, we have to set this. Go to this settings.gradle file, Android, this file, and this one. Change this to this. Okay, now let's run the app again and let's see what we get. Okay, now let's try to add. Okay, let's say no title, title 1, title 2. Let's save it and let's reload the app. Okay, as you can see, this has been added. Okay, come to the db service dot file, and over here for the update, so come update. For the update, it's easy, just copy this and put it here. Let's send this. Let's send this to update. Update note, and yeah, we are going to update this ID. It's the same thing. Okay, but we are not going to change this for update as we change in the create. Okay, you do not have to do anything. Now so let's write the function for the delete also. Now over here let's type, just copy this and put it here and change this to delete note. Okay, cool. Now we are going to open it and open the box. Okay, just delete it and delete. And it's asking for key, as we have given key here. Okay, we are going to just pass the key. We do not have to pass the modal. Let's say string note id. Okay, by knowing the note id, we can delete this particular id field. Okay, now save it and come to the home page. Now in the list tile, now we can let's display the title now first. Note dot title. Let's see. It's going to display the title, and also let's give the description. Sorry, subtitle, and let's give the description as note description. This will give us the description field, and here is our description. Okay, now let's try to add another also. Let's say note title, and here note description, and save it. And let's reload the page. Okay, now as you can see, new data also added to the next field. Now let's keep here trailing, and let's keep the icon button. Make this function blank for now, and let's keep the icons dot let's work on let's try delete first. It's easy. Okay, now over here, now let's just call that db function db dot delete dot note, and let's pass the id. This note will give us the this note, yeah, particular, it's giving us particular index, so this note will give us the note ID. Okay, it's the costume ID. Okay, now let's try to click on it and let's check it's working or not. Hit it and let's reload the page. As you can see, this field has been deleted too. Okay, now let's work on the edit first and we'll work on other things. Okay, now let's copy it. Okay, let's wrap this icon button. Wrap this icon burger button with the let's wrap this with the row. And copy this icon button or just inside this row. Okay, children, let's create another icon button and make this icon button on press function blank for now. And let's change this icons dot edit. Cool. And we got the error because we have to give this main axis size to minimum. It's because this row is occupying this all field. Now let's work on edit. First of all, let's work on view. Okay, let's create another button also. Copy it and paste it here. Let's try to visibility. And we will get this icon. Now, if you hit this icon, let's navigate to navigator dot post type this and let's give the route material page route to the new file. Let's create the new file, new page. Let's say detail page dot and let's create here stateful widget. Let's change the class name to detail page and over here let's write here let's return here scaffold. Okay, now let's initialize the model. I'm gonna say we have this model. Okay, and let's set it as node. Let's create the constructor require this dot node. Okay, now over here let's give the body text. Let's wrap this text with the center widget and let's say here. Okay, from this you can get the title node title. Okay, from this node it's going to be widget dot node because this is stateful widget dot node dot node title. Now if you come to the home page, now we have to give this detail here, and for the this node is coming from the node we have initialized on top over here. This is going to provide this node model. Okay, this is providing us all the thing. If you here type dot, you'll see it's providing title node title as we did earlier. Now save it. Now let's hit this one, and as you can see it's providing us the node title one. Okay, now come here, let's create another uh, give the app bar also so that we can go back. Okay, now let's try to add another also. Let's say 2 Save it and let's reload the app. Now press on it, and as you can see, you can go to the next page screen. Now let's create the logic to edit. Now come to the detail page and let's initialize boolean bool. I'm gonna say edit. Let's get the require create the constructor also. Good. And now let's copy this. Let's remove this. Okay, now in the body, let's get the column. Let's get the children. Let's get the text. Now let's get that title. Widget dot data node model dot title. Now save it, and as you can see in the home page, we are getting the error because we have to provide that these two edit because we have to arguments. Okay, now let's keep it. Let's make this false. Okay, for this one false view. Okay, visibility icon. Now we can write here if if edit sorry if widget dot if widget dot edit, then we can give the text field, else this is going to display this text. Okay, now also wrap this with the padding. Let's turn this to 25. Let's give the style also to this text. Let's say let's give the font size for the title. It's a 20. Just make the font weight quite bold. You know, let's see how it will look. Hit it. It will look like this. Now come to the home page, and over here just copy this navigator and put to the edit icon and make this edit to fall a true. And let's try to click on this edit, and as you can see, TextField is showing. Now let's move on to edit. First of all, we need to give the controller, initialize the controller for the text field. Now come over here. Now over here, now let's type title controller, title controller. Let's say text text editing controller. Add default, it will have this field string. Okay, copy this and paste it here so that we can know what we are editing. Change this to description. Okay, now come over here. Now let's copy this up to here, and let's give this size box. Okay, paste it here. Okay, now change this to description. And for the, let's remove this and change this to 16 font size. Okay, now let's keep the controller, title controller for this one, and for this one controller, description controller, save it. Now let's hit on this edit icon. Now as you can see, okay, let's change this to description. Sorry guys. Okay, cool. Let's create button here below that, and let's keep the text child. Let's say edit. Okay, now over here we can create the new node list like this. I'm gonna say no. Let's import this node and let's put here. Okay, save node. Okay, we are not going to change it like before, so this node will provide us the this node ID, and we can pass here title controller like before. We are going to change it, and over here also we are going to change it. Okay, put the comma here and save it. Okay, this is our button. Now let's try to edit it. Now from the home page, now I have to. Okay, now let's type here db service, and this will provide us the edit function. Where the fuck is edit function? Here is it, and this node, we are putting this node to this one here. Now save it, and let's try to edit it. Let's change this to, let's say, hello. Let's new. Oh, and also this one. Okay, bro. Now click on edit, and let's go back and let's reload the app. And as you can see, it's edited. Okay, come to the detail page. Now let's show this edit button only if only it's edit. We are hitting edit navigation. If it's edit, we say dot edit, then show this navigator all has source sized box. Okay, now let's make this main axis alignment to start with the, okay, also make cross axis. Where is it start? Okay, okay, cool. It's going to be description. If we are editing, or if we are let's say if we are deleting, it's not updating. Okay, we have to reload the app, okay, to update that. So come to the home page, and over here, over below this, now let's create the let's initially load that this one, this load this get all nodes. Okay, void, let's say load nodes. type init state, and initially let's create the function first. Let's initially let's load that all nodes and copy this and put it here. Initially it's going to load all nodes, and copy this function. Okay, and if after we add, where did add? Okay, after we add here, after we add, let's send the state. Let's set the state to this, paste it here, and let's try to add new node. Let's say hello mama, mama, hello. Now save it, and as you can see, it's updated. And similarly, you can do this. Just copy it and do this for delete. Delete here. Now after delete, it's going to set the state. Now let's try. Let's try to delete this. Okay, cool. It's changing the state. Okay, now let's move on to decorating this button. And like if we edit, it's not showing the it's not showing that it's edited. Okay, now let's move on that too. Now come to the let's come to the add node, search for add node, and over here let's show the message scaffold messenger dot of context dot so snack bar. Okay, snack bar, and let's say the text. Let's send this to new node has been added. Okay, and let's send the snack bar color also. Let's say background color colors dot it's for green. Save it, and let's try to add. Okay, after add, okay, after this, let's if you add, it's not popping out also, right? And it's not clear in the text also. Now let's uh, clear the text dot clear, and clear this another description field also dot clear. Okay, now if we after we add, okay, we can save. Let's see here, listen this to three, and let's save it. And as you can see, it's clear after new node has been added. Now let's pop it out also. Let's write here navigator dot pop of context. After it's going to after it's adding new node, it's going to pop out. Let's say okay, it's not popping out. It's showing this text. Let's try to add. Okay, cool. And as you can see, it's showing the it's adding the blank field also. Okay, we have to copy this all. And say if title controller dot text dot is empty, and also description controller dot text dot is empty. Okay, then let's show here so dialog, and let's build the alert dialog, and over here let's skip the title and let's see here notice. Let's keep the icon here. Icons dot notif sounds. Let's keep the size to 34, and let's keep the content title and script some cannot be the. Okay, if it's empty, then it's showing this, and or else it's it's going to execute this add function. Now let's try to add. Okay, as you can see, we got the auto dialog box. Okay, guys, and now let's move on to decorating this fields, text fields, and this button also. Now let's create the new folder here. I'm gonna say widgets, and let's create the new file. Let's say text field dot that, or yeah, it's okay. Now let's create the new let's create the new stateless widget in this file. I'm gonna say my text field. Okay, now let's return here text field. Okay, and let's decorate it. Let's decorate the type input decoration, and let's keep the let's for enable border property. Let's type outline enable for border and give the border radius circular. Let's give the radius 8 circular radius, and give the border side color start. Let's say color start deep range. Sorry, border side. In the border side, let's give the color start deep range. Okay, now also copy this and put here and send this to focused. Okay, it's going to be enabled, and after you click, it's going to show this focused border, and let's send this to say it quite lighter. Okay, maybe to 100. Okay, now we are going to give the hint text, and controller, so we have to initialize it over here. Let's say let's put the controller here. Let's initialize here final text editing controller as like this, and construct it to require this dot controller. Okay, like this, and we'll have the hint text also. Let's initialize it to hint text over here. It's going to be string hint text like this, and construct it to and okay, now let's come to the this add new. Let's move on over here. Now in the add new, so modal, you can see it over here. Let's remove this and put that widget my text field. Now we have to change. I give the controller and hint text as right title. Give the comma here, and for this one also my text field. Give the controller description controller, and for the index also write description like that, and give the comma and save it. And now let's try to see how it will look. It will look like this. Now let's keep the size box here between the text field, say 15. Cool, and let's try save it, load the page, and it will look like this. And below this text also, let's keep the size box of height 15. You can now save it. Let's try to see how to look now. Okay, cool. Now let's keep the max line also. Come here, and as you can see, we can give the max length if you want max length also. Let's say max length leng yes length, and for also max lines, let's make it dynamical also. Okay, now we have to initialize here too. Final, if you hover over here, it's int, and this one also int. So let's initialize this mg max length, and this one too. Final int, and create the constructor. Cool. And we have to provide here to max length, let's say 50 for the title, on max length 2 for this title, and save it, and let's see how it will look. And okay, we have to provide to another field also, so that only we can save it. Okay, got the error because it's going to update. Now let's change this to 4. And for this one, let's say 500 max length. Let's see how it will look. Cool. Yeah, now let's move on to edit uh, page, I mean detail page, and let's copy one of these and come to the detail page. And where is the text field? I'll put it here. Import this because we have to. Let's remove this comma and also copy this. And for the description also, just send this to description controller. And here you go, it will look like this. Let's try to make the add button also dynamic. Okay, also you can work on this. It's like it's updating the blank data, so you have to do it by yourself. I'm going to make this add button dynamic. Okay, so let's move on to create a new file in the widgets. What is the widgets? Okay, now let's create a new file. I'm gonna say it my button that and close this one. Let's say stateless widget. Let's create a stateless widget and let's send this to my button. And let's return here. Sorry, elevated button icon. And make this function like if you hover over here, just copy this and initialize it here like this. And if you hover over here, it's the widget. It's going to be text widget, and this just copy this and put it here, and it's going to be string. So let's say text, and let's initialize that string also. Let's require it. Let's make this require this also. Okay, now there's icon also. So give the icon. I'm gonna give icons. Okay, let's initialize the icon over here. We'll have different icon for different button. So let's initialize the icon like this and add the field. Now let's put here icon. So the icon. Okay. Now let's style this icon. Uh, created button dot style form. Let's keep the background color. Let's make the color also dynamic. Okay. Okay, over here, let's initialize the color also. Final color. Okay, let's require this color also. Cool. Save it and okay, now come to the detail page. Let's work on this detail. What is the elevated button? Okay, instead of hard coding this, okay, now let's copy this one. Okay, let's copy this all from the onPressed function and let's remove this elevated button and let's type here my button. Okay, now in the over here in the onPressed function, let's put this and keep the text, update this node and give the icons dot edit. Sorry, icons dot edit and give the color for this one colors dot orange. Okay, now let's try to see how it will look. Okay, cool. Now let's send the color also of that button. This text now I think we can give here. Yeah, icon color. Let's send the icon color also colors dot white. And icon size also let's say 32 or 22. Let's save it how it will look. Okay, cool. Now let's give the color. The foreground colors dot white. Okay, let's see how it will look. Okay, it's looking cool. Now let's keep the shape also over here. Rounded rectangular border radius dot circular. Let's keep this radius 12 and save it and this will look like this. Now let's wrap this elevated button with this size box. Let's keep the white double dot infinity and it will look like this. Now let's keep the padding over. Let's keep the padding also to one side. Let's keep it 18. Now let's see how it will look. Okay, now it will enlarge the button text button. Let's make it 16 only. Let's change the font size also for the text. I'm gonna give the style from here. 18, this will be 18. Font weight also. Both. Okay, now it's looking cool. Now let's move on to other buttons. This one. Maybe for this one. Come over home page and so okay, copy this on pressed function, all this Okay, now let's remove this and call that my my button, and let's make this blank for now. Put it here. Okay, now let's keep the text also. For the text, let's change this to save now. Let's keep the icons dot add colors dot. For this, let's say blue, and green for this one. Okay, now let's try to see how it will look. Okay, go. Now let's try to add also if it's working or not. It's working. Now let's change for this one also. Okay, guys, change this for by yourself for this one. I'm gonna change the color of this and show the notification before deleting because it's not doing what I need. Delete over here. Now before deleting, let's show dialog. Let's show alert dialog and keep the title text use CEO and let's keep the action. Let's keep the text button, and over here let's put this one. So the scaffold messenger dot of context. So snackbar for the context. Let's show the text. I'm gonna say not has been deleted. Okay, now let's keep the child here. Okay. Okay, now let's create another. After deleting, let's uh, pop pop this dialog out. Maybe later dot pop out. Okay, and also for let's create another text button. This one to cancel if you do not want to play it. Now let's just copy this navigator dot popped out. It's going to pop out. Okay, now let's try to, and as you can see, it's showing this option. Now let's click on the cancel. Now let's try to click on this OK button. As you can see, its note has been deleted also, and this row is also updated. Okay, guys, after you adding or updating, when you open the box, you have to close it by also doing like this box dot close or clear close, yeah, like this. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment and subscribe my channel for more videos like this.